Hi, I'm Nat Smith. I'm 23 years old and today I'm going to be giving you the exact business plan that I use for getting businesses to pay me a consistent stream of income and show you how you can too. In the entire time that I've been involved in this business, I feel as though now is the best time for you to see this. I'm going to explain exactly why in just a few minutes. This business plan will allow you to build yourself a consistent, significant stream of income that you can rely on. In this video, I'm going to outline the business plan that you need to start getting businesses to pay you anywhere between £500 and £8,000 every single month. To help you understand how simple and obvious this business plan is, even though most people completely miss it, first I'm going to start with a few questions. Firstly, do you use social media? Secondly, have you ever seen a TV ad or heard an ad on the radio? Providing you haven't been living under a rock for the past 30 years, then I'm sure you have. Now, what if I told you there is a way you can build a highly profitable business using a combination of social media platforms you're already familiar with and businesses' requirement to consistently advertise in order to grow? Today, I'm going to reveal to you exactly how this works. By the end of this video, you're going to have a complete understanding of this opportunity and know exactly what to do to begin generating an income that can push you into what we all dream of, true financial freedom. I must make you aware, however, that there is already a handful of people who have begun attempting to take advantage of this opportunity. The good news is, what you're about to learn, almost nobody knows. If you're like me and are from the UK, then you'll soon come to realise that there is more demand for this service than supply at the moment. And in most cases, the supply that is being provided is mediocre at best. The business that I'm referring to is social media marketing. But before I explain exactly what social media marketing is, let me explain the current state of traditional advertising and how quick online advertising is growing. According to online ad magazine The Drum, in 2017, the UK had its 15th consecutive quarter of growth for advertising, with a huge amount of £5.3 billion being generated. Traditionally, all the money that the UK made from advertising was going to large TV organisations such as ITV and Channel 4. However, in July of this year, TV advertising had its first drop in 8 years. TV, radio and newspaper ad spends were all down a combined 13%. Whilst the spend on internet marketing grew by over 25% since 2016. Now, what you may not realise is online marketing, especially through social media, is only just getting started. What you also probably aren't aware of is that the majority of businesses out there are still spending fortunes on obsolete platforms such as TV, newspaper and radio ads. So let me ask you another question. With things such as on-demand services on TV that allow you to fast forward past ads, online music streaming services on our phone that you can connect to the Bluetooth in your car, and online newspapers along with YouTube, do you think in the future more businesses are going to spend on internet advertising as opposed to on TV, newspaper and radio ads? I do. According to eMarketer Online, by the end of this year, mobile marketing would have accounted for over 36% of the UK's ad revenue, which is over a third. And they're expecting this trend of unstoppable growth to increase rapidly over the next few years. So I hope if you haven't already, you're starting to understand that there is a window of opportunity available now to start your own business and begin leveraging it whilst companies scramble to find people who can get them results when it comes to advertising. And the greatest thing about it is that by the end of this video, you're going to have all the basics you need to understand exactly how this business works. For as long as businesses exist, they're always going to be looking for ways to find new customers and increase their profit margins. And for the foreseeable future, the best way to do that is going to be through social media. This puts you in a great position for rapid success and long-term security. This is not one of those internet marketing tricks that can be taken away by a simple Google update. I'm going to teach you how to add tremendous value for small to medium-sized businesses that will secure your business for life. The only problem that you'll find you may have is that, like anything, the window of opportunity to get started is slim, and I'll explain why. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, invited 5 people to come and invest in Facebook before they launched. 3 of those 5 people hesitated and procrastinated on the opportunity. Only 2 people showed up. Both of those people are now billionaires. I think it goes without saying that not showing up to that meeting and missing the window of opportunity to join Facebook is the biggest regret of those people's lives. Personally, I believe that finding out and understanding this business plan I'm about to give you can be one of those turning points in your life. So be sure to stay tuned and watch until the end. Now, I think we all know that when it comes to any business, it's crucial to identify and catch trends. Currently, Facebook is the biggest social media platform in the world by a landslide. It's safe to say that creating a brand new social media platform now is incredibly difficult because they have already taken over that sector. But that was not always the case, and this is where I have a bit of good news for you. You do not always have to be the inventor of a business model to become a market leader. As most of us will remember, there were a few social media platforms around before Facebook. So they managed to get in on it early, but they weren't the very first. The way I look at it is it's okay to be 5 minutes late to an opportunity, but you don't want to be 15 minutes late or you've missed your appointment, and you'll have to try and rebook for your next chance. And I think it goes without saying, but just in case it doesn't, that chance may never come again. In business, they typically say that an opportunity has a 7-year window from when the first person starts doing it before the opportunity is gone. Reason being is there comes a point where there is way too much competition and market leaders begin to form. The optimal time to get into a new business is in the first 3 years. It's important to note that I started doing this myself a couple of years ago, and I wasn't the first person to start. So we're getting very close to reaching the end of that 3-year window where market leaders are going to begin to form. So, for example, one of the first social media platforms to take off was MySpace. They started in 2003. By 2004, Facebook was created. Now, remember, as I said, the optimal time to get into a business is in those first 3 years, because by 2008, Facebook was beginning to become a market leader. Fast forward to 2011, and they were completely dominating all forms of social media. While since then we've seen some new companies emerge, it's definitely become a lot harder than it was in 2003 to get started. Now, I'm not saying that by the end of this video, you're going to create a company that's a market leader. However, I am saying that you can quite easily corner a small niche sector and generate a great income from doing so. So now that you understand the importance of not procrastinating on an opportunity and making sure that you take advantage of one sooner rather than later, let me explain to you how I got started and how you are more than likely in a better position now than I was when I began. If you've seen any of my social media posts, then I'm sure you would have seen some of the financial awards I've been able to award myself. But life wasn't always like this. At 18, I found myself dropping out of college after 6 months with no qualifications and unemployed. After building a small fortune from separate streams of income through affiliate marketing and fulfillment by Amazon, both of which I still do today, a friend of mine who owned a decent sized local business approached me about how he could grow his business and find more customers. When looking at what he was doing, he was spending a huge amount on newspaper and leaflet advertising. I explained that both of those methods were too dated and untargeted to get him the results he was looking for. He then asked me how I had managed to leverage my own online business with Amazon, and then the penny dropped. I could simply implement some of the same techniques I was applying to my own business to other companies' businesses and start charging them to do so. So in 2015, I started up my very own social media marketing company and began making huge amounts of money. It was and still is incredibly easy to find new customers because most businesses do not know where to begin looking for the help that they need. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea as to who I am, and you can be confident that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if it's not already clear to you just how big this opportunity is, let me give you a real life example of how much businesses are in dire need for this service. The other day I was driving through London. I came across a van that was covered in a company's brand and it was promoting their app services. Whilst that's nothing out of the ordinary, their service was actually pretty good, so I was surprised I had never heard of it. When I got home, I decided to check their social media platforms to see why I hadn't heard of them. And what I'm about to show you came as no surprise because I see thousands of companies in this exact same position. So, firstly, I went to go and check their Instagram page. As you can see, they have an okay number of followers and they are following 0. So from a glance, it looks like they're doing all right for a startup company. However, when you have a look at their posts, you see that they're getting minimal likes. If we go through their followers, it's filled with fake accounts or people who are from outside the UK. This is a clear example of having purchased followers in order to look as though growth is there. This is perfect for us because it means that they are already paying for a service that is not working and they definitely won't be happy with the results that they're getting. I then went to go and look at their Facebook page. Sometimes companies struggle with some platforms but thrive on others. When going over their Facebook page, once again, to no surprise, they have a decent amount of page likes. However, when we go to look at their engagement levels, they're minimal. Now, if we look a little deeper, we can see that they have a post here with 1 like, one with a couple of likes, but when we scroll down, we can see this one has 176 likes, a huge increase from what their typical post gets. This is a clear example of having run a Facebook ad in order to generate some interest. So now if we look at who exactly is liking the post, you can see once again a bunch of people who aren't living in the UK, once again meaning that they are paying money for a service that isn't getting them the results that they want or need. Without keeping you for too long, it goes without saying when checking their other forms of social media platforms, the results are still the same. Now, the beautiful thing about social media marketing is businesses already know that they need to begin using it. The problem that they have is they don't know how to, and that's where we come in. As powerful as what you've learned so far in this video is, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I've decided to create a small test group, and once you become a member of that group, not only am I going to teach you how to identify companies who require this service, I'm also going to teach you exactly how you can get them the results that they want and need. I've broken down this course into 4 modules. In the first 30 days, I'm going to ensure that you are able to create your own business, find a niche sector to work with, and give you a good understanding of all forms of social media. In the second month, I'm going to teach you how to master managing all forms of social media for businesses and how you can get them the actual results they need. In the third month, I'm going to provide you with the exact sales script that I use to get plenty of businesses to start paying me between £500 and £8,000 per month, along with mastering how to find your very first client. In the fourth month, I'm going to teach you how to scale and automate this entire process so that it can become self-efficient and require minimal time and effort on your part. Don't get me wrong, if you try to figure it out all on your own or with ineffective and misleading help, it's likely your results will suffer for years and your business may never take off. Imagine if you were traveling across the country. Would you prefer to do so on a bicycle or in a luxury car? Whilst you might get there either way, one way of traveling there is going to take a lot of time, effort, and be painful. Not to mention that you may never make it to the destination, whilst the other way is smooth, fast, and fun. Becoming a part of this test group is like traveling in a luxury car, because you're simply going to copy the exact process that I have already used to achieve financial freedom and use it as a roadmap to get you to the same destination. To ensure I can maintain the longevity of the opportunity that there is for social media marketing, I've made this a test group where I'll only be accepting a handful of people. If you can see a button below this video that says join waiting list or now closed, then unfortunately it means you were too late, and there is no guarantee that I'm going to be reopening this course. On the other hand, if you can see a button below this video that says show me how, then good news. You can still join and become part of my exclusive group that is going to be taught by me directly. For those of you who can see the show me how button, let me explain to you just how confident I am in my proven process. I offer a 120-day refund policy for people who take action. I am so confident in this opportunity that if you don't find your first client within the 4 months it takes to complete this course, then I'll issue you a full refund. All I ask is that you actually try and make use of the training I'm teaching you. There is a great saying out there that I always follow, which is you are the company you keep. What that means is that if you're surrounded by friends and family who are chained to the traditional way of living, that you must have higher education qualifications, you must work in a full-time job, for average pay and climb your way up that company's ladder that can take years or never actually happen, then this is the lifestyle that you're also going to live. However, if you surround yourself with budding entrepreneurs who strive to grow and continuously learn how to take advantage of new opportunities, then you'll also begin to do so and finally start to have a millionaire's mentality, which is what most people accredit their success to. Now, I know it's not easy to find other entrepreneurs to surround yourself with, so once you become a member of this test group, you're going to gain immediate access to my mastermind community on Facebook. In this mastermind community, you're going to be introduced to people just like you to make it easier for you to start moving forward as opposed to constantly being held back. I appreciate that for some of you, as a new entrepreneur, financially you're going to be a little bit restricted. That's why I've broken down this course into 4 simple monthly payments of only £149. Alternatively, you can get immediate access to the entire course and be up and running in under 4 months by making a one-time payment of £497. When pricing this course, I wanted to make it as fair as possible and set out a price range that I would have been willing to invest in myself when starting out as an entrepreneur. I was prepared to make short-term sacrifices in order to generate long-term growth. I and my team have also put together a package that I like to call Social Media Mastery. This package is going to allow you to come and learn from me in person on a 4-day intensive course. As I know everyone likes to learn in different ways, either it's watching videos online and taking notes, or having a real hands-on experience and being able to interact, try out some of the strategies and ask many questions as you need in order to get the best understanding. As this course runs throughout the day, it goes without saying that I'll personally be covering any complimentaries throughout the day. When you choose to become a part of our Social Media Mastery group, you are not only going to have the opportunity to learn from me in person, but also have lifetime access to the entire course online. As time goes on and demand increases, this course will increase in price. So if this sounds like something that would be the best option for you, the sooner you become a part of it, the better. Once completing this course, I want to make sure that not only have you created yourself a new source of income, but that you're also rewarded for your time, dedication, and willingness to take the first step to changing your life. So I'm also going to reward you with a certificate that you can use to take the businesses as evidence that you know what you're talking about, which is going to increase the volume of clients you're able to bring on board. Whilst I would imagine most of the people who were originally watching this video have already clicked the Show Me How button to join the test group, for those of you who are still watching, I look forward to seeing you on the other side, and I thank you